there's children that are falling through the cracks?
I'm fearful of all kinds of things that fall through the cracks, including missing children. I rely, though, on the tenacity of a worried parent more than I do a harried bureaucrat whose job it is to put data into a
Back
computer.
in June, I did a video about Cleveland, Ohio fails children. Okay, and there is a alarming trend. This was back in June of missing children. I'm going to link that video in the description box. Daily Mail just pointed out something very interesting that was brought into my attention as well about Cleveland, Ohio. Mystery as nearly 50 school children go missing in Cleveland in September alone, while over 1,000 have vanished so far this year in alarming trend. Ohio cops baffled. So they were baffled in June when we were talking about this. Here in September, they're still baffled. Where the hell are these kids? There's a lot of trafficking going on, but what initiatives are being put to find these missing kids? Let's get into it. Police say that the number of runaways and missing kids is unusually high this year. Last year, 1,600 kids were reported missing in the state of 11 million. In Georgia and North Carolina, which have similar populations, the number was less than 700. So Georgia and North Carolina had less than 700 kids missing. Okay. Police say that they're concerned the youth are being trafficked or becoming involved in gang activities. Wow. The number of missing and runaway children in Ohio for 2023 is nearly double that of the states which with similar populations, sparking panic among parents and police who in some towns can't keep up with the numbers of teenagers running away. In this month alone, 45 children have been reported missing in the Cleveland area. They join the total number of 1,072 who have been reported missing since the start of the year. While the majority have since returned home or have been accounted for, cops say many are regular runaways who will likely vanish again. They say that the rate of children going missing and running away in 2023 is unusually high. In 2022, Ohio had nearly double the number of runaways than states like Georgia, North Carolina, and Illinois, all which have populations of between 10 millions and 12 million. And we have a little graph here of some of very interesting numbers that the missing kids from 2022 in Ohio, 1,455 were reported missing, more than double that of North Carolina, which is the similar size population. Where are these kids going? According to the Ohio Attorney General's office, there are now over 45 missing minors in the greater Cleveland area. All have been reported as missing since September 1st. They join the total numbers of 1,072 kids who have been reported missing by their loved ones in the area since the start of the year. While police say most are likely runaways, they're struggling to keep up with the demand of anxious parents wanting to find their kids. So the chief, John Majoy, said earlier this year that cases of missing children between the ages of 12 and 17 remain unusually high. For some reason, in 2023, we've seen a lot more than we normally see, which is troubling in part because we don't know what's going on with some of these kids, whether they're being trafficked or whether they've involved themselves in gang activity or drugs. Now, what is so interesting about this article is all disappeared within 5 days of each other earlier this month. Okay, so when are we going to start paying attention to some of the patterns? So, a similar pattern started in May of this year, which we called this out in June in one of our videos, by the way. This, as many as 27 children reported missing in the area at the beginning of the month. Majoy emphasized that he has never seen such high numbers of children in his 33-year career. While Majoy claimed that it's likely the majority of the cases are runaways and not abductions, he added that the teenagers are naive when it comes to predators who can be wolves in sheep's clothing. So, for all we know, they could be abducted. We can't say that the majority of these are runaways. We don't know the circumstances that led up to their going missing. Some of these kids are young kids, but it definitely becomes a concern that back in May and June, we were talking about the fact that, man, like, what the hell is Ohio doing here? And then it turns out that, the problem isn't fixed, it's getting worse. Where are these kids at? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you guys feel like. I mean, I personally feel like if there's a pattern, it's clear human trafficking to me. It's weird how these kids are going missing. And they're going missing and they've been missing for months. Somebody's keeping these kids. Something happened to these kids. And the alarming rate that they're going missing. And it also makes me concerned for just overall trafficking. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you guys can do me a favor, hit the like button and make sure you share this video. That way we continue to call out Ohio, Cleveland, and all these places that are, you know, that a lot of us aren't really paying attention to because again, human trafficking is often a very silent crime. It's not often overt. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rabbits out.